eyes beheld an eerie sight, for my monster from his slab began.
That pumpkin weighs 827 pounds. Yikes. Wow, this is amazing. It grew up in Cape Cod, Massachusetts. I'm being invaded by a giant pumpkin, folks. It's the 4th place winner in Stu Leonard's big contest. This is wonderful in Connecticut. Yikes, that's some garden. I'm being invaded by this pumpkin. Well, we're now going to take you live to Irving, Texas, where a home remodeling project has gone horribly wrong. This is the home of the Manning family. It appears to be haunted, or they just don't take very good care of it, maybe. And earlier this week, their house looked like this. So how did this monstrous transformation take place? Well, the Mannings made a mistake. They entered a contest, an American Movie Classics contest, and before they could say, "I want to suck your blood," a small army of Hollywood set designers, makeup artists, and one very scary house guest materialized. Now, we're going to meet the Mannings and their very unusual house guest in just a moment, but first, let's talk to C.J. Strawn, the production designer of the horror classic Nightmare on Elm Street. Good morning, C.J.
Yes, good morning, Dawn. How are you?
I'm great, and I know that you are so proud of this work of art. Take us through and show us what you have done to transform this house.
Well, like in the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, the first thing I had to do was get rid of anything that looked live or green. So we laid camouflage netting on the grass, lots of dead leaves, dead trees, a cemetery, and last but not least, I put in a lot of architectural detailing, arches, pillars. We had to board up the windows, of course. And over in this area, I did a classical garden of statues, gremlins and cherubs, and a bloody fountain, of course. Bubbling, bloody fountain. Trying to think what else we did, Dawn.
Well, CJ, let me meet the Mannings real quick. Can we meet the Mannings? Let's meet the Manning family, Barbara, Bill, and Nicole, and see how they're holding up through all this. Thank you so much, CJ. This is wonderful. They've done this to your home, but you guys don't look so well this morning. How are you doing?
We're doing fine.
We're great.
So what do your neighbors think about all this commotion?
Well, they always thought we were a strange family, but now we've kind of proven it out.
Love your hair, Barbara. So when you married Bill, did you ever think he had a little vampire in him, Barbara?
Oh, most definitely. He's always been a bloodsucker.
I think she looks like she does every morning.
You're bad. You're going to pay for that now.
Well, I know that.
Yes, he will. He forgets I can turn him into stone.
Love that hair, that snake hair. Let's meet the person responsible for the Mannings' metamorphosis. Is makeup artist Ed French, who turned Arnold Schwarzenegger into the Terminator. Hasta la vista. Good morning.
Good morning. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween to you. So how did you do this? I love Barbara's hair with the snakes coming out. How did you do this?
Thank you very much. Those are actually molds from snakes. We took molds of snakes, and then we made lightweight foam rubber snakes with armatures in them so that we could pose and bend them and make them look like that.
Oh, my
It's a little bit of a taxidermy makeup job. I even put some mouths in them with some teeth.
Let's see what they look like before. Can we show a before picture? Oh my goodness. You really transformed this family. Do you have any secrets for us? You know, people are still maybe working on their Halloween costume for the evening. Do you have any secrets for how you made them up?
Well, most of the paint job on Barbara it's a paint job. It's a headdress I made ahead of time, so we could do this in the middle of the night and not go crazy trying to deal with all these snakes. My assistant Joe helped me with Bill's makeup.
The vampire.
And that is a little more complicated. This is a prosthetic that he's wearing on his face.
Ed.
We added some hair pieces, and you can tell he's not a real vampire because the sun's coming up.
Ed, we have an unusual house guest I have to get to. Thank you so much. Entertainment Weekly has just voted The Exorcist the scariest of all-time movies, and the star of that movie is joining us now. A good morning to Linda Blair and her friend. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you this morning?
Well, I'm doing great. Tell me, how old were you when you were in The Exorcist?
I was 13.
You were 13 years old, and you had actually no idea some of these parts that you were doing.
I think what a lot of people didn't understand is back then, you know, a young person doesn't understand a lot of the things that went on with The Exorcist. So, you know, I just did my job having been a professional child actor. It was something that, you know, you do what you're told to do.
Linda,
and
we'll
then...
be right back. I'm so sorry to interrupt you. And let's come back now to Linda Blair, a star of The Exorcist. Linda,
Yes.
tell me, continue on. Tell me a little bit about that childhood experience.
Oh, I think that a lot of people maybe thought that I knew a lot more that was going on while filming, and young people don't necessarily, you know, understand a lot of the technical stuff that went on with the film. So, you know, whenever I see the film, I sort of realize, wow, you know, I didn't know what was going on, and I just did what I was told. So, but it's what makes the film so incredible, and it was a safety net for me because I didn't understand everything.
And of course, some of that evil dialogue was actually added later, which a lot of people don't realize. You must have been surprised when you saw the finished product.
Yeah, I was as surprised as other people, but in a different way because I didn't understand what was going on. So when I saw it put together, I was really impressed. It's the same thing like when Hollywood comes into Irving, Texas, and you know, the AMC MonsterFest. Look what they've done. This is incredible, and it sort of shares some of that technology with the local people. It's great.
Oh, that's wonderful. You recently saw The Exorcist again. Are you having some flashbacks, or did you, when you saw that, looking back?
Oh, the flashbacks were that basically I thought, you know, I've been asked so many questions about the film, and I realized, you know, I just had no idea when we were making it what they were up to. And of course the dialogue was added as we went along, and it, you know, it's very harsh.
Linda Blair, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for visiting us at the AM MonsterFest, AMC.
Happy Halloween. We'll be right back.